For the best in talk, entertainment, and great giveaways, you're in the right place. Coming up next, the Amie Jo Show from the entertainment capital of the world.
At the end of the rainbow, you find life is a life worth living.
At the end of the rainbow, there's a gift of life to keep giving. At the end of the rainbow, it's the Amie Jo Show.
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 At the end of the rainbow.
Thanks for joining us. You're watching the Amie Jo Show, and our show is about information you can use and entertainment you can enjoy. My guest today is a professional entertainer. He's performed at the White House, aboard the presidential yacht, and at many inaugural balls. He has captivated audiences around the world with his unique singing style. You name it, Phil Flowers does it. So sit back and be infotained by my guest, Mr. Phil Flowers. Welcome. That's a whole mouthful about you.
I finally made it to your couch.
It has been forever. I mean, really for real. No.
It's so wonderful to be here. Thank you for having me.
Well, it is really my pleasure to have you on. There are so many exciting things going on right now, and you and I have got secrets that we haven't told anyone. But I really want to talk about the things people don't know about you, because everybody knows you're a fabulous entertainer. They've seen you all over the city, really across the nation. And if I really can go further, around the world, because you are an international star. But I want to start at the very beginning, because I like to talk about success, and I like to tell the path, because the path is just as important as where a person ends up. So let's go way back to the beginning, to little Phil Flowers, and let's talk about what happened.
Okay. You know, I don't think there was ever little Phil Flowers. I think I grew up an old man. Yeah, really, because having a father that was in the entertainment business also, it was grow up fast. Grow up
And
fast.
so why grow up fast? What do you mean?
Well, you're around, in the entertainment business, you're around a lot of entertainers, and that's nightlife.
Okay.
In my home in the daytime, it was full of musicians most of the time, rehearsals. I got some of the best meetings of my life in my mind from meeting people like Aretha Franklin in my living room, Wilson Pickett, Sam and Dave, and Carla Thomas was a neighbor, people like that. And they would come over, they'd be smoking cigarettes, and I would be the DJ.
Oh.
I couldn't even read at some point, you know, and they'd say, well, put on Aretha Franklin, Respect, and I remember the label was red and black, so I'd go and get and put it on, so I always got to hang out with the adults. Never had a childhood, actually. I miss it now, but I didn't.
Really? Now that kind of sounds like Michael Jackson, but in a different way, because he was actually working as an artist as a young kid, but you were just surrounded by it and it had the same effect on you.
And you know, I knew I could sing, but my dad didn't know I could sing.
Really?
Yeah.
So he didn't push you into the business or anything?
Absolutely not.
Wow.
It's funny, we were just speaking about it the other day, and I was saying my mom used to call my dad Phil Flowers, and I said, Mama, why you call Daddy Phil Flowers? And she said, because he's never home. And that was the truth. He wasn't home when I was a child. He was in Las Vegas. He was all over the world performing in places, so I didn't get to really know the entertainment business. I just saw that he was away, and that's what really kind of scared me away from it, because I love my mom and dad. Well, I love my mom more, I think, now.
Yes, yes.
And it kept us apart as a family.
Oh, I see. But that didn't really stop you, because when you were in high school, like 13, 14, you started performing and doing all sorts of things. I mean, you've got some fabulous pictures that they're probably looking at right now, showing some outstanding outfits. You were like pretty ahead of your time.
I was a designer before I knew it. I remember cutting off the legs on 2 different pairs of pants in 2 different colors and sewing them so they'd be opposite colors. And people said, well, you know, you've got something there. I kind of been ahead of my time for a while.
Okay, well, you
I'm
definitely
catching up now though with age.
But you're a fashion plate. People love to see you out and about because you always have like some gorgeous outfit. Now, he did say he's going to start shopping for me. So in addition to my beautiful bling jewelry that I'm wearing on the set, look forward to some really outstanding clothes too. Bye, St. John. No. But let's talk a little bit more about the music and how that really went along for you, because once you became an adult and you started performing, you worked for Donald Trump, and I don't think a lot of people know that. So what was it like working for the Donald?
It was actually a great experience for me
Okay.
because of Atlantic City was the East Coast, Las Vegas, and I
Yeah.
was there, started working for Donald probably, we'll call him the Donald, just like you
Okay.
said, in the early 80s. And for probably 8 straight years, I worked with Donald Trump at Trump Plaza for 22 weeks a year. 22 weeks. I started for 2 weeks and did good, and I stayed in the room for 22 weeks a year.
Wow, that's nice. Well,
Was.
I would be remiss if I didn't mention his hair. People
Ah.
are always talking about his hair. So what's the deal with his hair?
I won't mention his hair. All I would say is some people say that he had that waveable hair.
Okay.
And that's when the wind blows, it waves. That's a very kind gentleman, and he kept me
Yeah.
working. So you do your thing, Donald Trump. I love the hair.
Okay. And you know what? You have to admire him for his prowess when it comes to business and all the things that he does. The man
Absolutely.
is so smart. He can be bald, he can wear a wig or whatever, because he's definitely got it upstairs.
100%. And I'm the same way. I do
Yeah.
things like different styles. I'm always trying to bring a style back or do something that somebody wouldn't do. And I just act like it's normal. So he has to feel that way. You have to
Yeah.
love yourself, and you know, and you can carry off anything.
Yeah. Well, we've talked a lot about your career, what you've done in the past, how people love you. So I'm going to show everybody a little snippet, just to whet their appetite. So everybody, take a look at this.
Don't you remember you told me you loved me, baby? You said you'd be coming back this way again, baby. Baby, 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 you're my baby. Yes. And I love you.
Phil, I love it. I could just watch it on and on and on. You really are fabulous. And you know what? It's one thing to be an entertainer, start the business, do it for a while, but to stay in the business the length of time that you have, there's got to be a key to making that happen. So we're going to go to a break. What I would like you to do is tell me when we come back from the break, what is the single most key to your success and the longevity that you've enjoyed in this industry?
I can do that.
So you, my viewers, if you can answer my Atlantic City trivia question coming up at the break, I have 2 tickets and dinner for you. So call the 800 number that you see on the screen right before we come back from the break. Call 855-246-6678, and you're on your way to a fabulous show and dinner on me. Stay in your chair, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
not like any other jewelry store in Las Vegas. From our living room setting, we offer personalized styling and wardrobe building at a price that you can afford. Style is your own personal fashion sense based on your mood and how you feel. Just bring that little special outfit and we will add that finishing touch. Whether you're a country club girl or maybe you're a fantasy floral, or maybe you're boho chic, or maybe you're a goddess, or maybe you're that personal bling. A Little Bling by Dale has the accessories that'll make you stand out from the crowd. Remember, it's not what you wear, but it's how you wear it.
Welcome back. You're watching the Amie Jo Show from fabulous Las Vegas, and my guest today is entertainer extraordinaire, Mr. Phil Flowers. And right before the break, I asked you what was the single most key to your success to longevity in this entertainment industry.
Well, I feel to be honest is to be true to yourself and to your occupation. I see entertainers have stopped what they were doing, saying, "Oh, I can't make it. I just can't make it, Amie, because I need a job. I just need a job. I can't afford it." But for some reason, I've just been really blessed and stuck with it. Never had another job, and it's paying off now.
Yeah.
So stick with it and do what your heart feels, because I think God puts us down here with a mission. And if you follow your mission through, it's going to be successful.
Well, some people really are a flash in the pan. They come out, they hit it hard as they blow up, and then all of a sudden they're gone. You're looking around like, where are they? What happened? So are there some other keys that people who are watching, who are thinking about getting into this industry, that they might employ for themselves? Like, what other things should people do if they want to be an entertainer and really have a good go at it?
Well, I really feel that, firstly, know what your talent is. Don't let someone else tell you what your talent is. That's really important, because a lot of my students have come to me that I feel that could have been great dancers, but their mom says, "No, I want them to be singers." And so know what your talent is, firstly, and then really pursue it with your heart, not with just on the side thing. You know, you really have to pursue it with all you have to be successful in anything, music, education. I feel it's all the same.
Yeah, and I think sometimes people have a natural talent, and I know I've talked about this with several other artists, but I always like to mention it, that you have to have training in whatever you do, no matter how well you do it as a God-given talent. I mean, do you find that true? Do you still work
Absolutely.
on yourself?
You know, I used to pride myself in saying I never had vocal coaching. And I waited until I got my age now, around 20-something, to think about getting to do it, because, you know, it's funny to be a vocalist, but to do a vocalist, I do impressions, and to do one of the best vocalists in the world, like a Luther Vandross,
Yeah.
it takes a lot of nerve, and it takes a lot of vocal, for one thing, but to want to be precise with it and not insult anyone with the beautiful music that he's let out, it takes a lot, and you just can't think of it, you have to be it.
And so how do you prepare yourself mentally for something like that? Because it is a style that he has, and there's a certain way that he moves his voice, a certain way that he holds his voice, and how do you replicate that? Because really, I know people who have listened to you and thought they were listening to Luther.
I am so blessed to have that happen so many times in my life. And his mom, Luther's mom, I was at an engagement in Washington, D.C. with Congresswoman Diane Watson, invited me to a soiree she had there, and Luther's mom was there, and I did my tribute to Luther, and we met, and they were playing Dance with My Father in the background, and I was just complimenting her son, and she said, "Oh, isn't he the best?" And listen to him. I said, "No, ma'am, that's me." She said, "No, that's my son." And we went on like that. And what, I couldn't do anything but my heart burst, and I thanked the man up above because I made someone else happy again. Her son was gone, but yet here I was giving her something that will live on, and I will carry his music on with her blessings.
Yes.
With her
well,
blessings.
we have a clip of that, so we're going to play that and show them just how fabulously you really do that.
I hope you like it.
I hope you like it.
Dance with him. I play a song that would never end. How I'd love to dance with my father again.
Phil, it's fabulous. I don't even know what to say, and I know people probably at home are like, okay, Amie Jo, get over it, but I really do like it, and he is like my favorite male vocalist, and so that's why I guess it just thrills me so.
One of the best in the world.
Yeah.
One of the best in the world. When Luther Vandross came out, he was never compared to anyone.
No.
Not the Teddy, not the Lou Rawls, not the Barry White, anyone. He had his own style and a heavenly sound tone.
Yeah.
Very light, very mellow, and not over singing. Never had he ever done too many vocal exercises. That's just running all over the place. And he was smooth, and
there it
there
is.
he is.
Oh my goodness. Well, as much as you love the industry, what has surprised you the most about the entertainment industry?
Can I really say that?
Yeah.
The biggest surprise to me is living in different parts of the world and not really having to be very talented to be on headliners, be as headliners.
Yeah, there are some places where you don't have to have a lot of talent, but you're just connected, and so
Yes, exactly.
it happens for you.
Absolutely.
Which is kind of sad.
It really is,
Yeah.
because there's many entertainers that I've seen in my life that are working at McDonald's or
Yeah.
Kmart's and things like
I
this,
know,
and they can,
I know.
if they could only go, "May I help you?" You know, maybe they could get a job, but they'd get fired for singing at work. And
Yeah.
it's sad. It really is sad.
Yeah, that's sad for me as well. Well, you have performed and shared the stage with many an entertainer. So who are some of your favorites?
Wow. Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell. I remember I was probably 13 years old at the Washington Monument, and I got to sing Ain't Nothing Like the Real Thing with them, and
Fun.
just two of my favorites. I really like the older singers that I met, like Nat King Cole, when we met Elvis.
Yeah.
Didn't get to meet Frank Sinatra, but I met his daughter Nancy Sinatra when I was a kid. We opened the show for her at Caesar's Palace. Yeah, so those are a few of my favorites. And all the new people, they're just there.
Oh, they're just there.
They didn't touch my heart yet. They're not too young.
Too young.
Too young.
They got to work through it, right?
Absolutely.
Well, if you could perform with anyone, who would it be? Like, what is your dream person to perform with?
If I could get another chance to dance with my father again. That's what it is. I have no other favorites. I'm truly.
Yeah.
My dad would be my biggest thrill.
Wow. Well, you know, on that, we are going to take ourselves to another break. And when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about Phil Flowers and what you're doing, what's going on in your life, because some spectacular things are happening right now.
Yay.
You say,
Thank you, Las Vegas.
you say finally, right?
Woo.
And it does take a long time, right?
No overnight success.
Yeah, no true overnight
No.
success. When we come back, we are going to talk about some surprises that I've got up my sleeve, and I think you're going to enjoy them. It's definitely a great addition to some of the things I'm doing, what Phil's doing, but first, please enjoy our new segment, the Kids Corner. It's an opportunity for our kids to, how should I say this? Very nicely tell us what's on their mind. Stay with us.
Hi, my name is Kathleen. I'm 12 years old, and this is called Staying in School. Staying in school, I tell you to stay because you might have a family one day and you want the best for them, for your kids, wife, husband, people that you love. And staying in school is a big part of that. And to your kids, you want to show them a good example. So staying in school, telling them stories about how fun it was, how your teachers were, and how amazing the work is, might inspire them to stay in school. So if I were you, I'd stay in school.
We're not like any other jewelry store in Las Vegas. From our living room setting, we offer personalized styling and wardrobe building at a price that you can afford. Style is your own personal fashion sense based on your mood and how you feel. Just bring that little special outfit and we will add that finishing touch. Whether you're a country club girl, or maybe you're a fantasy floral, or maybe you're boho chic, or maybe you're a goddess, or maybe you're that personal bling. A Little Bling by Dale has the accessories that'll make you stand out from the crowd. Remember, it's not what you wear, but it's how you wear it.
Welcome back. You're watching the Amie Jo Show from fabulous Las Vegas, and my guest is Mr. Phil Flowers. And as promised, I have some surprises. You ready to talk about some of the surprises? Me first. Right before the break, I mentioned something about Phil Flowers and what happened in his life. And I'm going to divert just a little bit. And he doesn't know I'm going to talk about this, but Phil was performing, steadily growing, and all of a sudden his life stopped dead cold in its tracks, which for most artists is not a good thing and usually means the end of their career. But share with us this very personal reason why your career stopped.
Well, I was at full bloom with a record deal going. I was just coming back from 3 years in Israel. Bought a new home, just ready to settle down into my career, and all of a sudden, a baby was left at my doorstep, 2 months old.
Literally.
Literally, and I was single, I was crazy, and I took it upon myself, because what can you do when God gives you such a gift and such a job? So I put my career on a slow mode, and the more I got to love it, Amie, the more I didn't want to leave the house.
Wow.
So, but 14 years later, I'm okay now.
And I think of the challenges of, like you say, being single and being a guy, because oftentimes we think women have maternal instincts. That's not always necessarily true, but people do feel that way. And you picked up this whole load of taking care of a baby and pulling it off.
You know, if I could say anything about that, I really like to talk to the world. You know, I think men should get the experience that a woman gets from nurturing a child. If he stayed at his home and let his wife go to do the job, I think that he would learn more of what it takes to really raise a baby from 2 months to walking on its own. Men don't know the difference between pizza and baby food. And you know, there's things you have to do to be able to stay home and nurture a child. And no better love in the world. No better love in the world.
Yeah, and I really have always felt that it takes a mother and a father. It takes two people to balance out a child and give them the kind of life that they deserve. And sometimes the circumstances are there's only one parent. At one point in my life, I was a single parent, and I know what that's like. I pulled it off, but it's tough.
It is.
It's hard.
Especially when you don't expect it to be happening for you. And God rest my sister, she left me a gift that no one has ever given me before, and I really thank her for the opportunity to feel like I did something with my life. I could have traveled and made all the money in the world, but not to be loved. There's a song, the greatest thing you can ever learn is to love and be loved in return.
Yes.
You know, so to love somebody, but when somebody loves you back,
Okay,
better
Teddy.
than all the money in the world.
Teddy, go ahead and sing.
Don't get me started up in here.
Yes, but it is one thing to love somebody and they don't love you back, and that happens far too often. But when you love someone and they genuinely love you back, that is the greatest feeling in the world.
Absolutely. And I was a single parent for many, many, many years, and was very selfish about that, because I finally found someone that didn't break my heart, that loved me when my hair wasn't combed and I didn't brush my teeth right away. And I really was selfish I didn't want to date anyone because I liked that relationship.
Absolutely. Well, if there was one thing you could change, when you look back over the course of your career that you could change, what would it be, if anything?
I probably would have had 2 kids.
2 kids?
Yeah, because 1 is hard, 2 is easy. I learned that from other people with children.
There's truth in that, because they can play with one another and keep each other company. Exactly. But when there's 1, you're the playmate. You're the...
I was too old for that. I was a grandfather by the time he was a year. But yeah, that's about the biggest thing that I would say, to have 2 children. And you know, I'm blessed now that he's raised and old enough I can continue my career. And I'm glad about that.
And think career-wise, because on a personal level, I could see where that would be true, but career-wise, sometimes I talk to artists and they say, well, you know what, I wish I had minded the money, that I you know, had better contracts, or I started earlier. Does any of that apply to you?
It sure does. All the
Okay.
above. And having a father that was in the entertainment business also, and we did recordings from 1950s until he passed away in the 90s. And I look online after he passed, and people not knowing that there was a Phil Flowers Jr., they're selling our records. They're selling, I look on eBay just a few weeks ago, and there's one of our albums for $275 and $150 for an LP. LP is a little 45. You're too
Yes,
young to remember that, Amy.
I
but,
saw that in the crib. I was looking through the railings.
well, I was spinning them. And I have no money coming towards my family, the Flowers family, at all because of not having, my dad not having good management, and monies just go everywhere except to where they're supposed to go.
Yeah, that happened a lot.
Sure does.
Well, young man, where are you performing right now so people can come out and see you live and enjoy all of what you have to offer? Because you're not just an R&B singer, you've got a wide range of genres that you perform in.
Yeah. Well, on Thursdays, I'm at the Orleans Casino and the Brendan's Pub from 9 o'clock to 1 a.m.
Okay.
We do a mic-to-mic contest. Fridays at the Aliante Casino, and the show time's from 7 to 10. I'm performing at the Planet Hollywood Casino on Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays starting September 1st.
You are a busy man.
Well, I try.
So what would you like to say to my viewing audience today before you depart?
Thank you very much, audience and people out there that have helped me get to where I am. I'm getting blessed with very many things, and I'd like to help a few other people in the city. So if you're looking for something to do, we're doing auditions for the new show at Planet Hollywood, and I'd love to get some new entertainment, some youth out there, and help them out in the city.
Oh, does that mean I need to audition?
Absolutely.
He said youth.
Absolutely.
So that would be me.
I think we could do a good couple of duets together.
Okay, absolutely. Well, Phil, thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. And now, time for the secret. So, what I've been wanting to tell you is Phil is going to be joining us on future shows as our entertainment expert. And we'll be talking about so many things, how to get into the business, what's going on with music. We're going to talk about movies and concerts and reality shows and Miley Cyrus. Just kidding. And who's doing what as far as the industry is concerned. So if you have a question for us, we can be reached at the number you see on the screen, 855-246-6678. So I want to thank you, my viewing audience, for joining us this week. Be sure to be here next week as I continue to bring you information that you can use and entertainment that you can enjoy. If you want to know more about The Amie Jo Show, please go to my website at www.theamiejoshow.com. As I say today and always, success is a choice. Change your mind, change your life.